And I know you talked this week, you've talked in the past just about if there ever was a good opportunity at Cup, you'd like to be in a good opportunity. But obviously you were, and I think of like an Elliott Sadler as well, that came down to the Xfinity Series and had a tremendous amount of success. And, it was for Elliott, it was like, hey, I want to go win races. I want to be competitive. I think you've said that as much. What has that meant, while maybe it isn't the Cup level, what you've done in this, I mean, because at some point you could have made a decision to have stayed in Cup and been with a lower funded team and just been like 25th every week, as opposed to being asked all the time, when are you going to win a championship? That's a big difference.
Yeah, Corey LaJoy and I have actually had this conversation multiple times for the last number of years, right? Corey has been very vocal about that he feels like if he's not in the Cup Series, that he's not going to get those Cup opportunities, right? I've kind of looked at it the opposite way. I mean, Elliott was that same way. We've seen it time and time again. I mean, Cole Custer having the opportunity to come down, win a championship last year, have an opportunity to go back Cup racing again next year, right? Yeah, do I feel like I could still compete? I mean, probably the best and worst thing that's ever happened to me is running the 5-car at Charlotte this year, right? Because amazing experience, great people. Obviously, Kyle has had the most success in the last 5 years of anybody that I know. But I look at like that experience and to kind of have the reins put on at the start of the race and to be mindful of not crashing the car. And then finally at the end of the race, it's like, okay, go. And you're able to drive up through there. And, we unlapped ourselves at one point. Like in a small way, that was me smiling from ear to ear because I'm like, all right, cool. I can run the speed that these guys can run and I can do this. If you're in the right car, you got the right people around you and everything works out. Like, yeah, I can still go do this, But on the other side of it, I know that it's not that easy. There aren't. Do I think that I could take a Jim Pullman and a group like I have around me in the 7 team and have an opportunity to go Cup racing and find success with a little bit of time? Yeah, I think so. I think I have the right group of people around me. But it takes years. It takes time. It takes multiple starts to be able to go to the Cup Series and to get everything figured out. And I mean, Cliff, I think, said a couple weeks ago that their biggest opponent in the playoffs was themselves. Not that they feel like they're that much better than everybody else, but like they have bad days and they're their biggest opponent, and it's so true. So I don't know. I think the Cup Series is extremely difficult. There are teams and drivers that are significantly more talented than myself will ever be that can go out there week in and week out and never have opportunity to win races or never have opportunity to win championships. I have that here. Personally, I can go home at night, I get in my bed and I lay my head down on the pillow and I sleep really well knowing that I have a great group and I have a great opportunity to go be competitive week in and week out. When I ran the Cup Series and we didn't have that opportunity, it put me in a space that I didn't want to be at mentally. It's really easy to question yourself, question the people around you. Even when I knew I had all the right people around me, the circumstances weren't there. And you start, you ruin relationships when you're not running good. And when I walk away from the sport, I'm going to have a ton of great friends that I'm going to enjoy getting old and gray with and spending time away from the racetrack at some point and enjoying that. And so I feel like for me, that's what's made this Xfinity Series what it is and made it so much fun. And yes, I still want to go Cup racing. Selfishly, nobody would never want to go compete on the Cup side, but it's hard for me to want to go over there and just do it just to show up and make laps.